Good evening to one and all. I had Dr. Vijay has given a brief introduction about me. So today I'm going to deal something what is a research profile and how to create and how to maintain it. So the objectives of the session, first we'll start to introduce you what a researcher profile is. Followed by that, we'll discuss the importance of developing a profile as a new researcher. Share various tips regarding the maintenance of your research profile as well, raising the visibility of your research profile. And finally, we'll discuss some of the most widely used tools and the websites that you can create your research profile. So with these objectives, I just want to pose a few questions to the audience. Why do we need a research profile? And if you're publishing or presenting research in your discipline, and do you want to make impact of your research? So this is a question what I want to ask all the participants. And if your answer is yes, you have to develop an online researcher profile and make your research more discoverable by the researchers globally. And that is why we have here this session. So we are just going to see how to go about the research profile and how to create it and how to maintain it. Now let me tell you what is the importance of this research profile. So I'm just taking an example of my own name. I'm Dr. B. Sandal Kumar. Usually what happens is whenever I go for publication, different journal will be using my name in different formats. Actually, it is the standard of the journals. Accordingly, whenever we are submitting the paper, our names will be modified. Our surname will be in the first and followed by our name. And sometimes they add our prefix doctor and sometimes they won't add it. So there will be a lot of name confusion as well as there will be a lot of disambiguation in our names. I'm just showing you a few examples how this happens. And here I have just taken the gist of my heading of my publication, view of my publication. You can see there, in one of my paper, it is my actual name B. Sandal Kumar, whereas the other paper, it is Sandal Kumar B. And in another paper, it is Sandal Kumar Babu. All these are the indexed journals, Scopus index journal, but they just give different formats for the author to be added. And here is another example, Babu Sandal Kumar. And you can see Kumar B. Sendil and Dr. Sendil Kumar Babu. So this is what happens whenever we go for publication. Our names keep on changing. So this is one part of the scenario. And next thing is, why can't we have something very unique identifier? Something which identifies us very uniquely. And just like what we have our Aadhaar card. So we have the Aadhaar number. So we use this Aadhaar number for our identification. So exactly like this, we can just have a research profile or a number, researcher ID. So either it can be a number. You can see here the ORCID number, which is given for a researcher. And here it is the Scopus author ID number. And it is researcher ID number. So this is given by ORCID. And this is Scopus ID. And this is Web of Science ID. So like this, an unique ID will be given so that the particular researcher can be identified easily besides of all this name confusion and the ambiguity that comes by our names when we publish our papers. And even we can plan for a URL website also. So just I have given some of the website in my name, ResearchGate, or we can have our own Google site also. So these websites will help us to identify easily by the research community. So there are a lot of online profiles, and what that online profiles is going to help us. They help you to identify, they link you to your work, ensure the credit for your research. That is more important. Whatever the research work you have done, and the credit will be ensured when you have all this updated in your profile, research profile. Increase the citations and impact. Publishing is a part, but still the publication should have enough citations and it should create a real impact on the research community. So these profiles will increase your citation and the impact. And finally, build your professional reputation. Some questions I just want to ask yourself. Just keep asking yourself whether will the profile be easy to maintain maintain for me? Is the research tool widely used? And if so, is the research tool is interdisciplinary? Can I easily find any collaborators for my research work? What about networking capabilities through my research profile? Or analytics available to show the impact of my work? And finally, will it allow me to upload the copies of my work or share my work, what I have done in my research? So all these questions will be there. The solution for all these questions will be addressed in this session, and we'll see how to go about one by one. So before going to the research profile, I just want you to give you tips how to go and select a research profile. So there can be an online profile which helps you to be professional, it networking, and is intended to showcase all your research work, can make yourself and your research discoverable, and it requires frequent updating. That is very important. Whenever you have your profile, see to that you update it frequently. And finally, I just want you to give the main tip that minimum of 1 to 3 profiles you just have, because it will be very tough for you to maintain when you have more number of profiles. So all these profiles has to be updated. So what I better suggest is at least have 1 to 3 profiles. That will be sufficient enough. But see to that every part of the research, whichever you're doing, you're keeping updating it. Either your publication or your funding, what you have applied and you got your funding. So all these can be updated there and then, so that it will be easy for you to maintain, and as well as for the research community also to check out your profile. So what is a research profile? I'm just posted all these pictures. All these pictures are nothing but the research profile. So you have LinkedIn, Google Scholar, Scopus ID, ORCID, Web of Science, ResearchGate, Academia, and Pivot. And finally, you have the Vidwan portal, which is very unique and very important for all the researchers for your collaboration. So these are some of the research profiles which is available, and it is free, and you can just create your own profile or you can have your account in this. And I still recommend you to have at least 1 to 3 profiles so that you maintain it regularly. Now let us see how to create a research profile. Step 1, choose a platform which you want to create your research profile. This is very important. So before creating your account, think and see the features of this profiles, and whichever is suitable for you and it is friendly user, you choose accordingly. So decide where you want to establish your research profile. This is very important because you're going to maintain this your lifelong throughout your journey. So take your time and choose an appropriate platform which will be very comfortable for you. There are many common platforms as I showed you: ResearchGate, Google Scholar, ORCID, or it can be even an institutional repositories, or you can have your own personal websites and the professional networking sites like LinkedIn. This is a step 1. So you're going to choose an appropriate platform. So give ample of time to choose this platform. We'll move on to the next step. After choosing the platform, whichever you want, create a detailed profile. So what you can include in this detailed profile? Let us see one by one. You can include your full name, academic qualification, your current position and affiliation, and you please provide a professional photo. This is very important because you're going to have this profile for the scientific community and the research community. So please be professional. So try to upload your professional photo. Write biography on highlighting your research interest, expertise, and contributions. It should be very short and clear cut. So you just give what is your research interest, what is your expertise in the particular field, and what is the contribution to that particular field. Finally, don't forget to include your contact information, and this contact information will help you to collaborate with various researchers all around the country. So it will be helpful for you. So worldwide, you can just have a collaboration. They will contact you. So please don't forget to include the contact information. And finally, your publications, patents, grants, awards, if any, and presentations. So all these has to be included and updated. So you can plan accordingly. So these details can be added. Later on in all the research profiles, I'll be explaining you. Certain research profiles will be having only publication details. Certain research profiles will include what the peer review, what you do for the journals. But there are some common platforms where you can um, input all this publication, patent, grants, awards, and presentation. So it will be like one point of presentation, like one point of view, you can showcase your profile. Coming on to the step 3, you have to highlight your research output. So this is very important. So whatever you have done so far, you're on the research, you have to highlight it. Now let us see what that can be added here. You can upload your preprints, published papers, conference proceedings, and book chapters. So all these can be uploaded in your research profile, but please check out the copyright issues. If you are uploading a published paper, and check out the copyright issue. If you are given the copyright issue to the publisher, so it will be, you have to follow it as accordingly. For example, if you want to upload your paper in the research gate, you have the option of uploading yourself, but still some of the publishers object it. So you have to be very cautious, check out the copyright issue, and then upload the paper in the research profile websites. Then provide link to full text articles or repositories where your work is available. This is very important. So usually what we do is we just add our publication details, but the entire publication will not be uploaded. So whenever a researcher wants to use your research as a reference work, they'll be requesting you for the full text articles. This frequently happens in ResearchGate. So when you upload your abstract of your research, they keep on asking for sending the full text article so that they use it for the reference. So always see to that, either you provide a link for your article published, or you can just upload the full text itself so that it can be used and your citation will be improved. So you can get more citations when you upload the full text articles. And please ensure accuracy and completeness of publication records. Sometimes we just upload in the middle of the thing, we'll just stop adding the details and it stays incomplete. So that time it will not be sufficient enough for the researchers to collaborate or to contact you or to use your article or your publication as a reference work. So see to that all your research outputs are highlighted and all the publications details are accurate and uploaded properly. So this is going to be the step 3. Moving on to the step 4, you have to link your account and the profile. This is very important. So I told you in the beginning itself, if you have one profile or 1 to 3 profile, but still you can link your profile to the other research profiles also. For example, if you have the Scopus account, your Scopus account can be linked to ORCID ID, or it can be linked to Web of Science also. So it will be linked with one another, so that it will be a common platform where all your publication, your research works will be compiled or pulled out together. So link your accounts and profiles so that you connect your profile with other academic and professional networks to increase the visibility, and link to your institutional website, or you can just share the link of your profile to the LinkedIn or ORCID ID or other relevant platforms. So you have to link your account and the profiles. And the final step is adding keywords and the tags. It's just like whenever we publish an article, we add the keywords. So these keywords will help you for searching and for finding you easily. For example, if you add a relevant keyword or your research area, and the tags will be helping others to find out your profile through search engines as well as through the platform specific searches. So that is also an important step. So whatever is your trust area or whatever is your domain of research, please include that also so that it will be easy for the people to get connected with you. So that is going to be the last step, step 6. You have to engage with your community. Please see to that you follow the researchers in your field. That is very important. So you have to keep updating it and you have to follow the researchers of your field and check what is happening in your particular domain, and as well as join the discussions, forums, communities related to your research interest. And finally, share your work and contribute to the discussion. So this is very important. So that's how you can engage with the community, by sharing your views or sharing your findings or sharing your research with the community who has a similar ideas or who has a similar domain working on. So I just briefed you about the how to create a research profile. So what I just suggest you is first choose an appropriate platform. As you choose your platform, you see to that all the details are updated in your profile, including your contact information, which is very important. After adding your contact informations, please see to that all your publications, patents, and your fundings, if you have got any fundings, all these are updated in that. And finally, use the keywords or the tags so that it will be easy for the people to search and get in contact with you for collaboration. And after this, creating a research profile, the most important thing is maintaining a research profile. This is very important. So you have to maintain the research profile. So how to go about with this? Please update your research profile regularly. So you can just fix some time, monthly once or 2 weeks once, based on your schedule. You can just see to that either 2 weeks once or monthly once. You just get back to your research profile and you update it, and whatever the needed documents you're uploading it. So please schedule it and have your regular updation in your research profile. That is very important. And you respond to the queries and collaboration request. If suppose through your contact which is given the profile, people may contact you. For example, they may ask your research questionnaire if you have used for some research, or they may ask you, they just have an idea of collaborating with you. So those queries and collaboration requests, you have to give them a reply. So keep checking your research profile frequently. So whenever you get your request, please do encourage them and support them, and promote your work by just showcasing it and updating it very clearly, and stay active in the academic community and seek feedback and the reviews. Monitor the metrics and analytics. This is very important because whenever you update your publications, sometimes the citations will be missing for your publications. See to that all the citations are included appropriately, and every time it is updated. And you have to have this analytical and metrics to be checked frequently. And most important thing is please stay ethical and please be transparent. So just put all the appropriate and the informations correctly and aptly. Don't cook up anything because the entire world is watching you. So whatever is done, you put the fact as such. So the key points of maintaining your research profile is, I just want you to just remember the 4 points. Regularly update your publications in your profile, and please see to that your citation and metrics are updated. Promote your profile, that is very important. And finally, stay informed about the features and the updates. If suppose you are just maintaining a profile in Scopus, please be updated about the features of the Scopus. Or if you have a profile in Web of Science, please stay updated about the features, because they keep on updating and they bring new features, adding on new features to all these research profiles. So just keep updated and stay informed about these updates. And finally, showcases your expertise is very important. This increases your visibility, track the citations, and manage the scholarly repetitions. And finally, this helps you to have the collaborations. It helps to foster the collaborations. So that is very important. That is why we have to showcase your research in the research profile. Okay. So I just want to ask the participants, have you come across anything called as e-portfolio? Have you heard of e-portfolio? You can either drop a message or you can just unmute yourself and give some answers. You can drop the message in the chat box. Have you heard of this e-portfolio? For stocks? Yes. Portfolios are used for stock market, that's fine. Okay. Have you come across or used this portfolio anywhere? Okay. So no, not used. Some of the responses are posted as not used. Okay. Okay. So I just want to introduce you to something called as e-portfolio. You might have heard about the portfolio, and this is going to be something what we deal in academics. But same thing, we can have this in the research also. So this e-portfolio, what we just do is we just start to organize your informations, and these organized informations will be reflected and it will be socialized. So when you just socialize it, then it will come to people and people will just see it or just look into it. So the first step is, as usual, you're creating it and all the documents are added, and then you publish it and you get feedback if at all from your peers or colleagues. Then if at all you want to modify it, you can edit it and finally again modify, organize and reflect and socialize. So this is how it goes, keep on rotating. The e-portfolio will keep on updating. And this e-portfolio pertaining to research, what can be done is, I just want you to give an idea. The e-portfolio, what can be used for research is Google Site. It's just like what we use our Google Form, Google Classroom, exactly like that. Google Site is also very simple thing where you can create your own profile. If you want to have your entire CV to be incorporated in Google Site, you can have your CV incorporated in it. Or exclusively you want to show only your research, you can just have your Google Site, separate Google Site with separate Google account, and you can just display it. So in the final part of this presentation, I'll just show you the Google Site, and I'll just share all these Google Site links and the other links also to you in the group where you have registered in the WhatsApp group. So you can take your time. If you have any doubts in creating an account, or you can just interact with me if you have any doubts or any difficulties, so that we'll just have the sessions kept on even after this today's session also. Okay, so this is going to be the Google site. I'm just sharing you the Google site at the end of the session because it will be interrupting the flow of my presentation. So I'm just keeping it, sharing you at the last, and I'll demonstrate you how to go about with the Google site. This is the cow page of my Google site. So I've just created my Google site and just displaying it to have an idea about the Google site. So it has a lot of details I just added. It includes awards and recognitions, conferences, my educational qualification, editorial board, any medical education specifically I have completed, and my membership, research publications, any online courses I have completed, and all my details I just with my photo and all my personal profiles, experiences, everything I have added in this Google site. I'll just show you my Google site also at the end of the session. The next thing is, after this portfolio, something you can plan for this Scopus. So this Scopus is very important, owned by the LCO, that is the citation database. The key features of the Scopus author thing is, it is a system generated citation metrics in Scopus journal. It ensures correct attribution to your work, get of cited references to your work, and you can collaborate or you can just have a link with the ORCID. That is the main key features of your Scopus. And the consideration pertaining to Scopus profile, only items included in the Scopus databases are counted in your research profile. I mean, so whatever the publications or the research papers you have published in Scopus indexed journal, only those publications will be reflected in your Scopus account. It will not count the non-indexed papers, PubMed papers, or Web of Science papers. So whatever the publications or the articles you have done in the Scopus journals, that alone gets reflected in your Scopus account. So please be clear with it. And whatever the journals that is citing your publications, if it is in Scopus, that alone will be counted as a citation for you. I repeat again, Scopus database, the Scopus profile will include only the publications which is done in the Scopus indexed journals. And if at all people are giving citation for your work or your publication, if that journal where they are publishing should also be in the Scopus, then that will be counted as a citation and it will be added to your Scopus account. So this is a main limitation of the Scopus because it includes only the Scopus indexed journals. And it is used by only Scopus and based on a limited number of publications. And the next thing is in Scopus is importing and maintaining. So your publication in Scopus are automatically added to your author ID profile. So this is quite simple. You need not to worry at all. If you publish a paper in a Scopus index journal, Scopus itself will create an account for you and your publication will be existing in your profile. So what is that you have to just do is you have to have an account. You go to the Scopus account, you just register in the Scopus account. It will just ask your details to be filled, your name and affiliation, those details. Once you fill that, you can go to the Scopus account and you can check out whether any publication is already there or it will be automatically added to your account. So you have to just authorize your publication. That part alone you have to do. Because I told you in the first itself, the name ambiguity is very important. You have a lot of confusions with the names. So based on this, whatever the publications is in your name, that will be picked up and it will be displayed for you. So your only job is after registering into the Scopus, you have to go and select your paper and add it to your account. And this publication, what you're selecting and adding to your account, it will be verified by the Scopus and then only it will be added to your account. So in no time, you don't think that within a small duration or within a short period, it will be added to your account. It takes time, it will be evaluated and then only it will be added to your account. That is very important. So the Scopus site also we'll see at the end. I just show you my Scopus profile page and how it looks. And before that, I just tell you what are the steps that you can follow for your Scopus research profile. First, register for a Scopus account. So what you can do is you go to Scopus, you have this icon on the Scopus there showing you the registration. So you can click that. It will ask you the basic details. You just feed all those basic details and automatically an account will be created. So remember your login and password also, don't forget that. So visit the Scopus website and register for an account. That is the first step what you're going to do for Scopus research profile. Then ensure that you provide accurate information during the registration process. This is very important. Your affiliations and then your college affiliations or where you work or the university which you belong to. So all these details has to be given very clearly. After this, step 2, you have to claim for your author profile. So your first step is you're just registering, that's all. So you have to log in using that user ID and password. You have to log in and then you have to claim for your profile. I told you all the Scopus publication which is in your name will be displayed. So your only job is you have to select whichever is your publication. You have to just select it and give a request. So automatically those publication will be slowly added up to your account. So search for your publication if it is not displaying. This is very important. So if you don't have any publication displayed, so you have to give a search for it. You can just type either the name of the article, the title of the article, or you can type your name and you can just check out what all that thing is displaying. And from that, you can choose your article. Or you can go and search using your name and affiliation as well. So once you identify your publication, you claim them as yours by following the instruction which is provided in the Scopus. They just ask you to click it and you have to just click it and then submit it. So once you click and submit it, automatically they will just have a short scrutinization and after that it will be added up to your account. So after claiming your profile, research profile, after claiming your publication profile, the third step is to verify your author identity. Scopus may require you to verify your author identity by providing additional informations or documentations. Sometimes they may ask you to provide some certain informations, additional informations and documentation. If at all it is asking, please provide it so that they verify you. That is very important. And please follow the verification process to authenticate your authorship also. Especially this happens, they will just ask you the details so that if you feed the details, they just confirm your authorship. For that purpose, okay. So the next step is step 4. You customize your profile. So after adding all those publications to your account, So you can go for customization. Some things, certain things which is within the limit of the scopus, you can just customize it. So after customizing your publications, you customize your profile by adding a professional photo or a short description about you, a short biography, and your contact information. That is very important. And please provide details about your academic affiliations, research interest, and area of expertise. This is very common for all the accounts. You have to provide these details. And finally, review and update the publication list. So keep checking regularly once your account is created and your article is added. So the whatever you publish in future, all those papers will be automatically added to your account. The only thing is you have to just check out the publication. So review the list of publication associated with your profile and ensure that your relevant publications are included and accurately attributed by you. Request the corrections for any inquiries or missing entries. Sometimes what happens is some of your publication may be missing it. So you can just go to author feedback wizard. It is an exclusive option in the Scopus where you can submit a request stating that one of your publication is missing, and you can add those details of the publications. But this, it takes quite a long time. They take around 2 to 3 months for you to check, because what they do is they just verify whatever the details you have submitted, they just verify it. And if all the verification process is over, then automatically that particular article will be added to your account. So for that purpose, it takes a time. And sometimes it will ask, most of the times it will ask you to upload the paper what you have published in the Scopus. But this is another problem here. What happens is we may think that the journal is indexed in Scopus, but the article, but your article which is published in that journal will not be updated in the Scopus database. That is very important. And another important thing is, if your article is published in Scopus indexed journal, the Scopus database takes 3 months, 2 to 3 months time for them to update that article into your account. So please wait and give them time. So if still after 2 to 3 months, your article is not reflecting in your Scopus account, then you can go to Author Feedback Wizard and where you can submit all this request, uploading your publication, and give them time to verify and add it to your account. The last step is, if at all you have any additional information, you can add it to your profile. So you can adding information about your academic achievements, grants, awards, and research projects. Earlier, Scopus doesn't have all these additional options, but now Scopus has updated and they will be asking you the grants and awards and research projects also. So that will be helpful for you to collaborate also. So even if you are applying for some funding agencies, and these funding agencies will be checking out your Scopus account, so that they can update and they can see what is your recent research and what is your publication recently done, with what impact factor you have done those publication journals. Include the links to your institutional web page, Google Scholar profile or ORCID ID, and other relevant platforms. So these Scopus account, you can take the ID or the link of the Scopus account and you can share it in any platform where you want to display it. So this is my Scopus account page. So here you have the details where I have my account. So it displays how many papers I have, how many citations, and what are the documents. And again, tell you this is going to take only the Scopus indexed journal papers on alone. It will not take the other publications which is indexed in some other databases, indexing agencies. So please be sure it is only accepting or adding your Scopus journals. So here you have the option create account. I told you in the beginning itself, you can go and have your registration done here. So it's a very simple process. It will ask your mail ID and your name, your affiliation, all those details if it is filled, and then you can have your ID. And after having this account created, you can come back and sign in. And when you sign in, all the details of your names and affiliations, everything will be displayed, and you will be given a ID, Scopus ID. And this is like your Aadhaar ID number. So like that, Scopus gives you an ID, and this ID is going to be there for you permanently. So whenever your articles are, the publications is done, and all these publications will be added to your account. So that is the simple thing about the Scopus. So next we move on to the Web of Science. Before that, do participants have any doubt in the Scopus? If you have any doubts, you can just post it in the chat box, or you can just unmute and ask, so that it can be a bit interactive also in the middle of the session. Okay. So as of now, there is no doubt. Okay. So let me continue with the Web of Science. Scopus, we call it as Scopus ID, but Web of Science, we call it as Researcher ID. There are many terminologies in the Google page which shows you Researcher ID, but be sure that Web of Science Researcher ID where you are registering. So Web of Science, it's owned by the Clarivate Analytics. Earlier, it was owned by Thomson Reuters. Now it has come to Clarivate Analytics. And this is a scientification citation indexing services. And the key features of the Web of Science is it is online subscription based, citation metrics, which gives you per year, average, total, as well as your H index. And Web of Science also, your researcher ID also can be integrated with ORCID ID. So authorize a researcher ID and ORCID communication. So they just collaborate with each other. So whatever is reflected in your ORCID account, it will be linked to your Web of Science also. But Scopus and Web of Science are two different companies. They won't get linked, but ORCID is, either it will be linked to Scopus or it will be linked to Web of Science. So the considerations for the Web of Science, the researcher ID profile automatically associated with your publication in Web of Science. Only items included in the Web of Science database are counted in your researcher ID and citation metrics. And again, here the same thing happens, what Scopus has done. So here, whatever the publications you are doing in Web of Science indexed journal, that alone will be counted here. And even the citations also will be counted only from the Web of Science. So this is again a separate entity like Scopus. So Scopus will count only the papers published in Scopus journals, and Web of Science will count only the papers published in Web of Science journals. They give Scopus ID, and these people will give researcher ID. They also give citations that is only in the Scopus journals, and these people will give the citations which is only from the Web of Science. So both are going to be the two different tracks. So you have to have the accounts. If at all you are having your publications, you can, if you're publishing in Scopus, automatically you'll have your account. And in Web of Science also, you can create and have your account, and all your publications will be added to this. And this is used by Clarivate Analytics only, and based on a limited number of publications. And importing and maintaining of Web of Science. The publication in Web of Science are automatically added, so you need not to worry. So once you have your researcher ID profile created in the Web of Science, same like Scopus, Web of Science also will add your publications automatically. If at all not added, you can just give a request or manually add it, but still they verify your details, and if it is genuine and appropriate thing, then automatically they will add it to your account. Update your personal information when needed, including your affiliations or your domain of research. All this can be included. So once you have your Web of Science account. Now the same step, it doesn't have much difference when compared to the Scopus profile. Web of Science researcher profiles also includes the registration and the account setup. So go to the Web of Science website and register for an account. So if you have a Web of Science publication already done, so you can have your thing registered. You can register in the Web of Science website and have your account and check out whether the publications of your name is added in the account. Or if not added, you can just give a request. Complete the registration process by providing accurate information about yourself and your affiliation. Because affiliation is very important. Once you've given your affiliation, you cannot keep on changing. So the next request when you give, they take time for to verify your affiliation. So give your appropriate affiliations. Don't keep on changing your affiliations. So after have registration, again here also the same thing happens. You can claim for your publication similar to Scopus. So more or less Web of Science and Scopus will have the same procedure, but slightly it differs. That's it. So you can search your publication and then you through either using your name or using your affiliation. That's why I told you your affiliation and name should be given clearly when you are registering for your account. That is very important. Once you identify your publication, you claim them as yours by following the instructions which is provided in the Web of Science. And finally, ensure that all relevant publications are associated with your profile. And step 3, the same thing what you did in your Scopus. You can customize. After having your account and after adding all these publications, you can customize if at all you want to add few details like photo, biography, and all your profiles. Informations, contact informations, or your academic background, research interests, and area of expertise. And this area of expertise and research interest is very important because whenever the Web of Science journals want you to do the review of a paper, they'll be checking out what is your research interest and what is your area of expertise. Based on this, you'll be requested to review an article. They'll be sending you a mail request and you review an article. And when you review the articles, they give you credit. The same Web of Science will be having a separate entity called as Publons, Publons, Publons. And this Publons will be having all the reviews what you have done. If you're reviewing a paper, and all your reviewed paper details will be added up in that Publons account, and Publon actually is a part of the Web of Science, where peer review paper will be added up in Publons. So whenever you get a request from the journals, please do review, and then you'll be benefited by adding them into your account. Automatically it will be added to your account. So don't decline the review when it is asked or requested from a journal. Verify your author identity. So it may require you to verify your identity. So it will be asking again the same additional documentation or validation process to check out whether the authorship and the credibility is appropriate and correct. And enhance your profile. All the details of awards, grants, and research projects, everything can be updated. And again here, you can link this Web of Science research profile to ORCID ID or to Google Scholar, but it cannot be done with the Scopus. So that is the thing. So it can be either linked to ORCID ID or to Google Scholar or any other relevant platforms to increase the visibility. So this is the homepage of my Web of Science account. I'm just showing you. So I have just registered with my name as Sendal Kumar B. It will be just adding all my published name also. I told you in the beginning itself, some of the names, some of the journals will ask my name in different formats. You can see here how it has just taken the published names of few journals which I have done. So all these also will be automatically added up to your account. And whenever you publish the paper using this name, the indexing agency will pick up that paper and it will be dropped to your account. And here also same procedure. You can just check out there something called as register. So you can click on this and register and you can have your account. After this, using the user ID and password, you can go and sign in and then check out the Web of Science account. So this is the main two important profiles which you can have. One is Scopus and the other one is Web of Science. And those are very simple process. You need not to do everything. You should have your account. That's all. You should have your account. You add your details. Automatically, all your publications will be added in your account. So you need not to worry about it. If at all any publication is missing, then you can claim. But what happens is you may think that the journal is indexed in a particular in a particular indexing agency, but the publisher might have not sent your article to that database. If that is the case, then automatically that article which is published will not be reflected into your account. So you please confirm whenever you publish a paper, whether that article which you are publishing will be reflected in your account, in your account, especially in Scopus account or in the Web of Science account. If at all, you can give a request, and if the account will, they will be verifying, the Scopus and Web of Science will be verifying if you are giving a request, and if that particular paper is not indexed, or if that particular journal is not indexed, they'll give you a reply. So you don't worry, they will give you a reply that the journal is not associated with us, please contact the publishers. That's what the usual reply, common reply they give. So again, you have to go back to the publisher and you have to check what is the problem. So please be cautious. You confirm the publishers whether the paper which you are publishing will be reflected in the account. Coming out of the ORCID ID, this is a one who is going to be a common person. He links everybody, like Scopus and Web of Science, everybody he links. So what you can do is you can have your ORCID, and this ORCID ID will help you to have your research profile to be widened. Like we'll see what is first ORCID, and then I'll tell you what is the unique feature of this ORCID. So this ORCID is nothing but the Open Researcher and Contributor ID registry. The key feature is it is going to allot you 16-digit alphanumeric identifier. It's just like your Radar number. It gives you 16-digit number. And if you have any transitions to any institution, this will not be having a problem. This will be a common account. If you are moving from one institution to another institution, don't worry. This is going to be having only a common number. You can go to your account and you can edit your affiliation and you can correct it. It automatically search and import all the publications which is done in Web of Science and also in Scopus. And it streamlines the publications and funding submissions. So why you should have an ORCID ID and why it is important? So it will be covering up over 3,000 journals. And this 3,000 journals, usually whenever you submit your paper, recently, now latest what they ask you is whenever you go and submit a paper, research paper, they'll be asking you to give the ORCID ID. If at all you have not created yet the ORCID ID, it's very simple. You can just go to orchid.org. I just given the link over here. I'll be sharing the same link to the group also. In your leisure time, you take your time, just click onto the link and go and have your ORCID ID. You create your account, automatically they'll give you an ID. So that is the thing. So this ORCID ID will be asked for all the articles, especially in Scopus and Web of Science journals. When you are publishing your article, they will ask you the ORCID ID to be filled. So better have an ORCID ID now. Create your ORCID account and have an ORCID ID and keep it ready with you whenever you publish an article in Scopus and Web of Science. So things to include when setting up an ORCID account, please see to that your name variations. So whatever the names you appropriately use in your publication, see, add that. And if at all other identifiers, if you have, you just add that. And institutional and personal email, please give that details also. And coming out of the visibility setting, your ORCID ID is publicly visible and you control visibility settings by either of the options. Whether your ORCID ID can be viewed by everyone or can be viewed to particular people, only trusted people, or you can view only yourself. So this is the option which ORCID gives you. So these options you can select when you're creating your account so that you can have some restrictions, like only trusted people can view your account, or the entire community, whoever wants, just they can log in and use your account. So that is up to you. And based on that, you can just have this setting up done in your ORCID account. And importing and maintaining an ORCID is very important. So it will be having a lengthy list, especially when getting started, and easier to start early and update. So include in submissions to auto update. So once you click that account and you just give an option of auto update, so it will be updating automatically. Whatever the publications with that name you have given the account will pick up, and then it will be added to your account. So that's very simple. But here it will be either Scopus or Web of Science. All the publication will be pulled up together here. And Google Scholar. And I think Google Scholar, you people are a bit familiar because Google, everyday life, we use our Gmail account, and we have every one of us have the Google account. Similarly, Google Scholar, it will help you to track publications as well as the citations. The key features of the Google Scholar, you can track the citation metrics, the citations of your publications, and Google Scholar also gives H index, I10 index, and all citations. I-10 index is a unique feature of Google Scholar. When compared to Scopus and Web of Science, I-10 index is given by Google Scholar alone, and follow your collaborators and colleagues also, and increase the discoverability of your work. Why to choose a Google Scholar profile? The main thing is it will be across the disciplines. It covers a wide discipline, not only specifically it just covers up the medicine alone. It will be covering up a wide discipline. You can, if you are planning for a multidisciplinary research, Google Scholar profile will be the best. And option to save the research in my library. So whenever you go and check out the articles from the Google Scholar, you have the options of my library. You can save it and store it and keep whenever you want, you can use it. And view who is citing your research. So if at all people are citing your work, you can see who has cited your work. So that is another key feature for Google Scholar. And share your research widely. So since it is Google is very wide, it's a very big thing. You can share your research to a lot of people, and you can have a wider publicity also for your research. Things to include: add contributors and the co-authors. That is very important. In the previous thing, we just add the person who has published the papers, but here you have to add your co-authors and the contributors also, and include the keywords about your research. Consideration: must have established a Google account. So I think most of you will be having the Google account. It has become a part and parcel of our life. So Google account, if at all you have some Yahoo account or Red or Mail or something, you can just plan for a Google account also. And all information is public. Again, here in the Google Scholar, all information will be public. Anybody can go to your Google Scholar and see your publications and your H index and your citations. And citation count from all the sources. And this is another important thing. Scopus gives a citation only for Scopus index journals. Web of Science gives a citation only from the Web of Science index journals. But Google Scholar is a broad-minded fellow. He takes a citation from everybody. So you can have a lot of citations. Any indexing agency journals who is giving the citation, that will be counted in your Google Scholar. So usually we'll have the Google Scholar citations more when compared to the other citations. And importing and maintaining, it will automatically update. So you need not to worry. Whenever you have your paper published in your name, automatically the Google Scholar will pick it up and then it will drop in your account. And only job is sometimes you have to review and confirm. Please don't take it for granted. Sometimes the names will be very different. Google Scholar may confuse, and whatever the articles published with your name or similar to your name, it will just pick it up and drop in your account. Please rectify that. If it is not your publication, just delete it. Don't leave it as such because Google Scholar has done. So why I have to delete? It will be a credibility for me because that my publication counts are more. I can show the Google Scholar showing my publications count more. But please be ethical. If it is not your publication, if the accounts adding that to your account, please delete it. That is very important. Remember, you have to review and confirm your publications. So this is my Google Scholar profile, which I'm just displaying you here. And you can see the articles and citations, and it will be showing the H index also. And all the articles which is having the highest number of citations will be displayed, and you want any changes, you can just modify it. And if at all you have any articles to be added manually, you can just click on this plus sign and you can just add manually also your publications. So until this, if any of the participants have any doubts, you can just ask. Let us interact a bit, and then we will go to this important portal. You can either put it in chat box.
Sir, I have a
or
doubt.
You can unmute yourself. Yeah, yes, sir.
Sir, actually, I have included my research profile to the Vidwan and ResearchGate and Scopus. But in Scopus, my identity is not coming, sir. Why it is not coming? And also, even in Vidwan, I have seen others' profile. They get that analytics, that graph will come, no, sir, that round graph, and they show all those. So that is not coming in my profile.
The problem is you might have not feeded all the necessary details, ma'am. sometimes the details what you have filled will not be sufficient to create the entire graph in that account. So check out whether you have filled all the details.
Okay.
It has a lot of subsections like academic, research publication, grants, and copyrights, patterns like that, PhD, supervisor, your guideship, everything. So those details you just keep checking, ma'am. If at all not updated, you keep updating it. So once it is updated,
Mm-hmm.
automatically your profile becomes with that appropriate graph, ma'am.
Graph. Sir, why it is not coming in Scopus, sir?
Scopus also
Because my
shows you the graphical presentation, ma'am. If you have very less publication, like one or two publication,
uh-huh.
it may be not showing the graph. If you
So
have,
how many like
yeah,
minimum?
if you have some 3 or 5 publications, or if it is
Okay.
more than one, also it will be showing.
Mm-hmm.
It's based on the year when you have published. Like 2018, I have published a paper, and 2024, I have published a paper. So there is a
Okay.
very long gap. So it will be
Okay.
taking the time for the Scopus database to update your thing. So if it is not done, still you can just
Okay.
give them a request in the feedback, author feedback is there.
Sir, actually, first of all, I would like to thank you, and this is really very informative webinar, sir. Very, very informative.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. Thank you. Any other participants would like to ask any questions or anything in the chat box posted? No, nothing I can see. Do you have any queries until this? But people who are new to research, all these seems to be Greek and Latin. But still, I tell you, we are tech savvy. We are very easy to handle when we are even well trained to handle an iPhone. So if that is a condition, don't worry. All these is nothing, nothing. It is not a matter at all. It just takes some time. You just go casually, go to that particular account, create the thing, and see what is happening. That's all. Nothing is going to be the right or wrong. You just keep a casual thing. You as if you do something with your apps in the mobile. Like that, you just play with it. Automatically, you will get it done. You know how to tackle it also. If at all you come across any difficulties, you can contact me anytime so that I can help you also. Or you can just give the request also to the particular person, a particular database which is maintaining your profile. They will update it to you. So I think there is no more thing, no more posted questions posted in the chat box. Shall I continue? I just want you to have a look on this Vidwan portal. Earlier I told you there is Scopus who is focused on only Scopus publication, and these people Web of Science is only focusing on Web of Science, and they are not worried about anything else. For example, you may be having a copyright, you may be having a patent, you may got a funding, or you may have the other academic things also. So these details cannot be feeded into the Scopus or Web of Science. But what I strongly recommend you people is you can go for this Vidwan portal. This is a fantastic portal, and I'll give you who is maintaining this portal and how it is, and all these details. I'll be just giving you the details in the next forthcoming slides. This is a very fantastic portal, and you can feed all your details. It is showing you entire thing. Your book publications and anything you what you want to feed into your CV. Everything you can pull out here, and this gives you an option for downloading your CV and giving. So, for example, if at all somebody is asking to give your CV, you can just go to the Vidwan portal, log in, and you have the option of downloading it. So you download it and give the profile. Very simple. So that is how it goes. But the thing is, please see to that you update this regularly. And moreover, all the research profiles you have to update it. Please plan it every month once to check your profile. Anything or whatever is missed, keep updating it. That is very important. It's not a matter of creating a profile. The main thing is you update the profile is very important. So this is a image of the Vidwan portal, and this is a link. I'll just take you to the Vidwan portal link, and I'll show you how it looks and how we have to go registration, and it will be helpful for you also. Now let us see what is this Vidwan portal. And this Vidwan portal, actually it's a database of profile of scientists, researchers who is working at leading academic institution or other research and development organization in India. So that is very special of this. And it provides the informations including your expert background, your contact address, experiences, scholarly publications, your skills, accomplishments, and research identity. So all these informations will be pulled out in your Vidwan portal. Very fantastic portal. I'll strongly recommend you people to have your Vidwan account, and all the NAC, and even NMC can also ask this Vidwan portal in future. So better be faster and register in the Vidwan portal all your details and keep your account ready. So whenever people ask, you can showcase your profile. And this database is developed and maintained by InflipNet, the Information and Library Network Center, with the financial support from the National Mission on Education through ICT. So it is maintained by this InflipNet. So you can rely on this. So you need not to worry about this portal, whether the safety will be there. Don't worry, everything is safe in this. And this database is instrumental in selecting a panel of experts for various committees, task force established by the ministries or government establishments for monitoring and evaluation purposes. So this is this is something which takes you very closer to government, to be frank. So whenever they need some task force or whenever they need some committee, they go to the Vidwan portal, and this is a highly authenticated one, right? So from there, they will pick you. So it's very important. Please plan for your Vidwan portal. If at all not done, please do it. And surely I'll tell you, you will be recognized somewhere or the other or sometime or the other. So that is about the Vidwan portal. And apart from this, you have a lot of networks like Pivot, that's the funding and collaborative discovery databases. The key features is it's very only focus on funding and the collaboration. So it finds the grant funding opportunities, shares and track your funding. It updates your profile with your research interest network and identify the collaborators. So this is only for collaboration and funding. You can focus on Pivot. And ResearchGate, this is also a latest one where most of you will be having your ResearchGate account. And this is nothing but a researcher networking. The key features is interdisciplinary collaboration. Like Google Scholar, this also has this interdisciplinary collaboration. And the citation counts here will be from all the sources. Like Google Scholar, this also picks up wherever you have your citations. All those citations will be pulled together, and this will be displaying your citations. And you can upload your research. And especially when you're uploading your research in ResearchGate, I want you to check the copyright issue also. In the beginning itself, I told you, just we cannot take it for granted. And wherever the account we want to upload our publication, we cannot upload on ourselves. Because what we do is when we are sending your article, the publishers will be asking you to give a copyright form. But as usual, what we do for a bank loan, we never read anything from it. We just sign it and submit it. Same thing happens here also. We never read what is given the copyright. We just sign it and submit it. That's all. But what happens is when these articles are taken by you, even though you are the author, sometimes you don't have the rights to do whatever you want with your publication. So when you take these publications and upload it in any of the website on your own, then automatically it will be a problem. The copyright infringement will happen and you have to answer for people. So what has happened is I'll just share with you my own incidents also. This is what late in 2014 and 15. I'm not much aware of all these copyright issues. So what I've taken is, I'm very new to ResearchGate. I've taken all my research publications and I have uploaded my research publications in this ResearchGate. Everything was going on fine. A lot of citations were coming for my articles. Okay, fine. So one fine time, what has happened is ResearchGate has sent me a reply, a mail, a communication stating that the publishers has created a problem and they want to remove so and so publication from your account. They want the ResearchGate to remove so and so publication from my account. So what has been done is that particular article has been removed from my account. So that is why you have to be very cautious. You check that the copyright infringement doesn't occur. And if you feel that something is not okay, better write to the editor, ask the permission whether you can upload it in the copyright, sorry, whether you can upload it in the ResearchGate, and then you can upload it in the ResearchGate. But this is not frequently happens, but certain publishers are very strict and very specific on this. So be cautious with it, don't get into the trouble. And it will be asking you to give the full text feature. It gives a request for you to upload the full text, and these full text can be used by people when they want, they can download it. And why the publishers are not permitting this ResearchGate to have its full text uploaded? Some of the journals you have to pay and take the articles. You have to pay and get the articles. But what these ResearchGate people will do is, when you are uploading that article, the first page of the ResearchGate shows that ResearchGate has taken over the article. So whenever you download an article from a ResearchGate, you can see that the first page will be having the details of the ResearchGate, and the remaining all the pages will be as such what you have uploaded. So it comes free. So, but the publisher will be asking the audience for paying some amount whenever they want this article to maintain the journal. And that is how the problem starts. So you have to be very cautious. So you check out, better you write to the editor and get the permission and then upload it. If you come across any of the situations, you have to handle it very carefully. And you have the contact message form. This is another unique feature of ResearchGate. So whenever the collaborator or people doing research on your own particular domain, they may be contacting you after seeing your publication. So you have this contact message form. So they will be sending you a request, and please do help them so that your particular field gets widened. It becomes as a multi-centric research. And this Academia Edu, this is also another platform where you can have your profile. It is also interdisciplinary collaboration, and it has the usage counts, and you can upload your research. Again, here also, like ResearchGate, you check the copyright infringement and then upload it. Just not like take it for granted and upload all your works here. And especially this Academia Edu has this job thing. So where you can post and view the academic openings, where you can post and view the academic openings, or any call for is given for any of the vacancies. And then you can, here also it gives the option of contact message form. So this contact message form also people will be using to contact you if they want any details or anything from your side. So finally, this is going to be the take home message. So what you can do is, please take your ample time, think the key features which will be suitable and feasible for you, and which is a bit friendly to maintain also. That is also very important. Choose a research profile appropriate to your thing, and please stick on to 2 to 3 research profiles, not more than that. So you just cannot have just like that some 5-6 accounts or 10 accounts. It's very tough. Actually, it's very tough to maintain. If you have enough time to maintain it, yes, you're well and good. Your publicity will be more if you have more number of research profiles. But you stick on to 2 to 3 research profiles. Maintain a research profile. That is very important. Not a simple job of just opening your research profile and leaving it as such. You have to maintain it, and you have to keep on updating it, and try to showcase your research. That is very important. Your research area, your trust area, your domain, and whatever you have done so far, and what is your idea, innovations, everything you can share in this. And create your own website. That is the Google website, what I told you. And especially please stick on to the limited research profile. And again I tell you, and I strongly recommend you or suggest you to have with one portal. That is fantastic portal where you can have all your details. And these are my e-resources, e-references, where I have taken all the details, and all these links I'll be sharing in the group. So whenever you're free in your leisure time, you can just go and click the link, and you can just have your account created there. You just register and have your account created there. Then automatically the publications which you are doing in future also will be added up. And you can have update. You can keep on checking on this, and you can update it also. And that is from my end. So just before finishing, I just want to give you this. Nothing changes until you change, and everything changes once you change. So you have to showcase you, and this is a competitive world, and you have to showcase you, and people be ethical because people are watching you. So once you change, automatically everything gets changed. So that is from my side. I just want to show the two portal alone. One is Google site and the other one is Vidwan portal. If at all people have any doubts or any queries to be clarified, you can ask me or you can put it in the chat box before showing those portals. I got few queries in the chat box. Yes. Dr. Maltesh has asked that, sir, is there any duration for copyrighted material after which is free to be uploaded to the public domain, like ResearchGate? Actually, Dr. Maltesh, copyright is granted for 20 years. So I think we cannot have it. It's better that we just give them a request. You can ask the publishers to give you permission to upload it, and I think they won't give permission. If at all it is a paid journal and the articles are paid and the purchased, then automatically the publisher will not give you the permission to upload in ResearchGate. Anything else that you want to ask from my side to be clarified? Hope I'm not boring, and I didn't talk too much also because all these to the youngsters it will be very Greek and Latin. That's why I just kept up as short as possible. Okay.
Participants can put your queries in the chat box, or you can just unmute yourself and ask the query.
Okay, we'll give them some time, Dr. Vijay, to post it.
Yes, sir.
I'll
Yes, sir.
just
You
go
can
to the
just
portal.
go the profiles.
Yeah, I'll just go to the portal and I'll just show them. Is my screen visible, Dr. Vijay?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Yeah. So, dear audience, this is going to be the Vidwan portal, which I was talking about this much earlier. So here you have the registration option. Usually we register as expert. This is, don't worry about the nodal officer, we register as expert. So once you click into that register as expert, it will be displaying a registration form. You can see what is displayed down. So this is a registration form. If you don't have enough time to fill all these details, automatically you can go to Google and you can just log in through your Google ID and Google ID and password. Automatically, all the details from Google account will be updated in with one portal. That is one option. Or you still want to give very specific details, then you can just go and fill all these forms. So you can have your prefix selected, your first name and the last name. Be sure that you give the appropriate names here, your date of birth, gender, email address, and password. And please remember the password. They have given you the options of password, minimum of 8 characters to maximum of 20 characters with all the special characters and number, lowercase, uppercase. Based on this, you have a common password so that all these accounts you can have a common password. The most problem is very frequently we forget the password. We'll have different passwords for different accounts. So you just plan for some common password for all these accounts. Most of the profiles will have the same options. So you can frame a password and you can use it for all the profiles and confirm the same password. And you can go and search your organization in this organization board and you can choose from where you are and your organization you can select and your department, your designation, and the month of joining and the year of joining in this current institution, and you enter this characters and then go for registration. So once you go for the registration and automatically it will be taking you for filling the details. Now, let me show my profile. So already I have registered. Okay, so this is the home page of the Vidwan portal. You can see the option of registration. If you want to account, you can go and register here. Once you have your account, come back, log in as an expert. Again, your Google link is also linked here, so don't worry. You can just log in through your Google also, or you can have it through your LinkedIn also. Or if you have the password and account, you can just feed the details of your password and account. Okay, here it takes me to the Vidwan profile. This is my profile page. Vidwan also gives you an ID for recognizing you. So here I told you the option of downloading the CV. Once you give this option download, so whatever you have updated in the Vidwan portal, you can use this as your CV also. So you need not to have a separate CV every time. You just keep updating in the CV also. If you have Vidwan account, this is going to be a multi-purpose use, so you can have it. And if at all you want to reset your password, and you can go and reset your passwords. And here the details, the photo you have to upload, and all these informations it asks. It's a broad area. It's going to ask your personal information. Then it will be asking personal information includes your expertise, experiences, qualifications, academic identity, and publication. And see, all the accounts are pulled out here. Your ORCID, Scopus, researcher ID, and your Google Scholar. So you can feed the details. If you have an ORCID ID account, you can add the detail. If you have Scopus ID account and the Scopus ID, you just give that ID here. And researcher ID, I haven't updated my researcher ID. So I have my Web of Science researcher ID account also. Once I feed that, automatically it will be updated. And this will be my Google Scholar ID. So all these you can update it, and it will be displaying the informations. And it includes the details of personal information, expertise information, your experiences, educational qualification, then honors and awards, doctoral thesis. If you've been a member or your professional bodies, what your commitment to the professional bodies, or your membership in the various committees, your research project, current project, and the completed projects, patents, and finally your publications. So it is going to be a broad account where you can have a lot of details filled up. I'll just show you. I scroll down and I'll show you. This is the Vidwan portal ID link. Sorry, URL link for my account. So whenever I want to use this thing to showcase people or to send to people, I just take this link and send them. Automatically, they can view all my details. It's not like I send my CV, they download it and then they view it. I just take the link, this URL link, and I'll share with them, and they can just go and take it. And moreover, this is very authenticated one, so people will take this as a better option. Since this is my account, I have all these edit information. So once people see my account, all this will not be there. It will be like a formal official account where only the informations are displayed. So my name, date of birth, and my contact information, my experiences, my educational qualifications, my honors and awards, my doctoral thesis guided. So this is she's my candidate, and what the thesis I have just guided, I have just uploaded the details. All these have the options of adding. You just go manually and add the details, but it takes time. Be patient. Get all the details added here. Once you did it, then it will be a fantastic thing for you. You can use it anywhere you want. The membership in professional bodies, the membership in various committees, and my funded research projects. And you can add all the details of funded research projects. And my patents, I have 2 patents. I haven't added my patent, but patents are also there. That's the problem. So it's not a big thing of having an account, but you have to update it. Then my publications, all the publications are there. I have to add it. I have to add all the publications are to be added manually. With one portal will not pick up your publication. You have to add manually. So article or books, everything will be pulled out. So if at all you want to have any corrections, you can do the corrections anytime, or delete, you can do delete it, or you want to share to people also, you can share it, or you want to send it to the drive also, you can send it. All these options, fantastic options are there. So you can just plan for this portal. It is going to have all the details. And something which I want to show is articles. Okay. So this is how the informations are there, and with one portal gives you a profile score. So the total score is 10. So based on all the details what you have uploaded, it just goes for evaluation and gives you a score. So that is for the profile score, and you can see my score also. And it will be displaying all this articles and other details and projects and whatever the awards I've got so far. All these also will be displayed and showcased there. And you can see it is like almost like a government thing. So the National Mission on Conduct Education (ICT) is maintaining it. So it actually this is an MHRD project. So the InflipNet is maintaining your profile. So don't worry, all your informations are safer. So you can rely on this and you can upload all the details. So that is about the Vidwan portal. So it's a very easy job. So I request all the participants to have a look on this when your leisure time and try to have your account. But it takes time. I tell you again, every detail of yours has to be uploaded and added. So you take your time, keep on adding your information step by step, and automatically your profile will be updated. So the next thing what I want to show is any doubts you have in Bitwan portal. Anybody have any doubts or anything to be clarified from the Bitwan portal? Okay. So if that is the case, and this is the last thing what I want to showcase is your Google site. Usually we have the Google account, right? So through the Google account, we used Google Form, Google Sheet, and Google Slides, everything like that. You have the Google site also. Just go to Google, type Google site, and login using your Google account password, link, mail ID, and the password, and it will take you to the Google site. So this Google site will give you an option of creating your own profile. So you can customize however you want, and it will be uh, friendly usage only. So you can see the options of adding the details, and here is the themes it gives. Suppose you want to plan your profile in a particular theme, you can just choose the theme. Suppose if I want to have this particular format, I can just click on that. It will display my particular format. Whatever the thing which you like, you can choose accordingly. And after having this, you can create the pages. See, here is the option. If I want to create an additional page to my thing, I just add it up. For example, educational qualification. So I just add it, and you can see the page is created. And this option, if you don't want the page, you can delete it or duplicate it, or you want to add a sub page in this also, we can just add a sub page also. This is the option of deleting. So I click that, and it will take me to that educational qualification. You can see the educational qualification. So here I can feed the details, whatever I needed, I can just fill the details over here. So that is the option of pages. So if you want any number of pages, you can create the pages and you can do it. And if in that particular page you want to insert a text box, you can use the option. If you have some images, your own images, and you want to upload it, you can use this option. You can upload your image, and your drive or something link you want to add it up, you can add it up. And the content blocks shows you how to display your profile, like image, and the side of the image, if you want to give some comments, all those things, or a short explanation, you can give it. It will be giving you the table of contents and all this. We are very familiar. If you want to show your location also, it gives a Google, it gives the option of for people to trace out you also in your profile. So you can just share your location. You have the documents or Google Slides or Google Sheets, whatever the Google features will be automatically options will be given here, or you want to add a YouTube link also about you, or some of the videos what you have uploaded in YouTube also, you can just automatically add it through this YouTube link. So that is what. And after creating all this, just give a rough try. See how the pages are displayed on my first profile page: home, educational qualification, and this is, I didn't give any title, so it's showing untitled page. If I want to add any logo also, I can add the logo and edit it. So for suppose I want to give my name here, I can just give my name. Okay, and the title, the font size, and the size, font, what sort of font I want, and the size of the font, and all these details are there. If I don't want, I can delete also. So the options is there. uh, and please, after creating all this, publish it. That is very important. So what happens is, it will be showing you how to publish it, and it will be giving you a website address also. You can custom your own domain also, and based on that you can go for publishing your site. So don't forget, after creating all your details, please publish your site. Then only it will be available for people to see when you share the link. So after this is done, what I do is, I just want to share the link. So I can go and copy this link. So since this site is not published, I cannot copy the link. Once the site is published, I can just go to this option and copy the link, and I can share to anybody who wants to see my profile. It's just very simple process. You can have it try, and and it will be more appropriate and very friendly also. You can modify however you want, and you can design. If you are just like your PowerPoint, you can design whatever the way you want. So that's it from the Google site. Any doubts or anything from the participant side? I will show my Google site page. This is my Google account. Okay, this is my Google page, Google site page. Since this is an editing option, it will be showing you the details. So you can check out all my details are added up here. Okay. Then you can check out my pages, what I've created, like awards and recognitions. So I displayed all my awards and the conferences what I have attended. All my conferences, national, international, and state conferences, and my educational qualifications. Then editorial board. Then my medical education profile, membership. However you want, you can just add the pages. You can customize however you want. So all my publications, I just added the details of my publication. Even the option of uploading your article is also there. So you can upload the upload the soft copy or the PDF of your article also in this page, so that people, when they want, they can download it and they can use it. So this is my research publications and my online courses, whatever completed. Just I just customized. So this is just an example to show you how the Google site page looks. So that's it from my side. Any doubts from the participants? Okay, there is some queries posted. All journals, can it be added in portal? Which portal do you mean, ma'am? Induputran, ma'am, you have just asked all journals can be added in portal. Which portal, ma'am? If it is
Right.
With one portal, you can add all the journal publications. I think you're asking about the publication. You can add all your publication if it is with one portal, because you are uploading yourself. If it is Scopus, only the Scopus index journal it will accept. Web of Science, again Web of Science only. And Google Scholar, it will accept any publications. Any other doubts from the participant side? I'll be sharing all these links with you. I just asked Dr. Vijay whether the WhatsApp account will be live. He told that till your certificates are dispersed, your accounts will be live, it seems. So I'll take the chair permission to send all the links, and you can use the links to create your accounts. And if at all you have any doubts, you can post it also, and it can be used by people. There's another query from Dr. Anamika Tomar. ResearchGate usually asks verification from institution side. How we proceed for that if I'm not associated with any institution? Uh, this is actually, it asks some, because they want to check out whether you're affiliated with any institutions, ma'am. They want some official mail. So if you have any official mail or any trusted official mail of any companies or where you're associated with any corporates, you can use that. I still tell you, out of box, this is not ethical, but still I tell you, any mail ID which you add, it will just accept. Just give it a try. And the most important thing is that has to be verified. So the person whose mail ID you're giving, that mail has to be opened, and they have to authenticate that it is you. That is very important. Unless then, it will not show that it is verified. So if you are giving any mail ID, please see to that you are asking that particular person to authenticate that. Your friends will be having official mail IDs. They will be associated with some institutions and they will have the official IDs. You can ask them to their permission and you can use those official mail IDs for authenticating you. That is the better option. Instead of giving any random mail ID which you want, so you just find out your friends and you can get the official ID of your friends who are affiliated with some institutions and you can use that. The only job is they have to open that account and they have to authenticate it. That's all. And anything else? Can you give some informations on LinkedIn, sir? Yes, Dr. Nirmal Sujita. LinkedIn, it's just like your Facebook account. It just showcases your profile. That's all. Whatever the details you want, you can add it. And the main thing of LinkedIn is you can have the job options. Whenever there is a call for particular positions, the LinkedIn will keep updating you. LinkedIn, it has two versions. The paid version will have more advanced features. The free version will have very less features. So if you want to go for LinkedIn, you have to go for paid version. And the version which is free is very limited, very limited. It will not have that much information to be fed by you. Hope I made it clear, Dr. Nirmal Suchita. Anything else from the participant side? So till now, we are not aware that Scopus and Web of Science articles, how to go about it and how to clarify with them to add it to your account. Please check before you publish any paper in Scopus Index Journal or Web of Science Index Journals. Please ask them to and make sure that your paper will reflect on the database. That is very important. It's not a matter of journals indexed in the database. Your paper has to be uploaded in the database by the publisher. Then only it will be reflected on your account. And then only it will be considered as your publication. Otherwise, it goes as non-indexed publications. Please be cautious with it and make that your getting confirmation from the publishers that your articles is reflected in the account.
Thank you, sir. So the participants, if you have any queries, you can just post in the WhatsApp group also. So it will be answered by sir or from the organizers.
Thank you, Dr. Vijay. Thank you for giving the opportunity. And so
thank you,
I have justified the topic which what is given to me. I'm not
yes,
boring.
Sir. Sure, sir.
It's the weekend. I'm really sorry. I have taken all your 1.5 hour time. Everybody might have had a plan of spending your weekend with your family. Even my kid are waiting outside. They keep on knocking the door, and my younger one is keep on crying, and he wants me to come out of the room. So sorry for taking your time, but I still tell you this is all very useful information. It will be useful for you somehow or the other, or some way or the other. Keep that in mind. Thank you all so much. And the last query is, may I know what are the direct benefits to maintain and update this profile? The direct benefit is, if you are going for a funding, they'll just check out your profile. People will not give money that easily. They are giving you money, ma'am. So they'll check what is your capacity in that particular thing. So for showing your capacity or displaying your thing, research profile is very important. And as usual, reputation and fame, and you can enjoy the research output. You can enjoy your thing. So joyful or enjoyment of your research by displaying it. So is it possible to get the recording of the session? Yeah, of course the chair will take care of it. They will tell you regarding.
Yeah, the recording will be provided to the registered participants. You can just wait for a week or so. We will provide you the recordings. So thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your elaborate and insightful session. And also thanks for accepting our invite and taking up a session on this topic, sir. So I would like to thank our resource person B. Senthil Kumar, sir, for this session. And also I would like to thank our state president Abul Hassan, sir, and our chairman of IMA Junior Doctors Network, Hariharan, sir, and all the office bearers, Venkatesh Karthikeyan and Nenjavardhan, for giving the approval for this webinar series. Thank you, sir. So until
Dr.
next
Vijay,
time.
sorry for the interruption. I just want to
Yes,
thank IMA for giving the opportunity, especially. I just want to thank the president and the chair and the convener, all of them. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. Thank you for the IMA for giving me this opportunity.
Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So due to some official work, they couldn't join, sir. So they have conveyed their regards to you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And we will just close today's session, sir.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice weekend.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.